I've noticed among my friends who also do microscopy, the images look somewhat blurry for mitochondria, especially if you are familiar, if you're imaging with high numeric aperture objective lens. You may notice that there's a little bit of a halo around your image. And one thing I should mention here is that you can clear that up by deconvoluting your image. However, in order to do that, you do need to know or experimentally determine your point spread function for your system that you're working with, whether that be confocal, calcium imaging, whatever that may be. What I'm using here is a calcium imaging objective lens with a high numeric aperture and great resolution. And I have previously determined the point spread function for the system I'm working with, and it looks something similar to the image I'm showing right now. So if we take a look at the orthogonal view, the diffraction pattern is like an hourglass. So I can very quickly use this and deconvolute my image to make it look a little bit better. And some of my friends out there who want to use deconvolution for their own images, they might not know how to do it. So let me share a little bit about it. So first of all, this is what I use. I use Deconvolution Lab 2. You can download for ImageJ, for MATLAB, Fiji, whatever you're using. You can download it through here, and all you have to do is put it into your ImageJ plugin if you're using ImageJ or Fiji. And the other thing you may want to do is download PSF Generator. So I know some people don't have the money to buy microbeads or things like that to determine your point spread function. So this PSF Generator tool is a really handy dandy tool to allow you to theoretically generate a point spread function for your particular system. And some of the things that you would need in order to do that are the wavelength of your particular set of fluorophores that you're using, the refractive index of the immersion media, the numeric aperture, the pixel size of your detector, and the z-step if you are using a z-stack to get 3D images. So those are some of the things that you would need to generate a point spread function. It's really easy and fun to use, so I'm going to demonstrate how I can use my PSF here on the left and deconvolute this brilliant looking image to make it even more clearer and see these fine structures and their dynamics. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my PSF image, and then I'm going to get the Z projection for it, and I'm going to use average intensity to get Z projection for it. Now this is what my Z projection looks like for my point spread function, and I'm going to use this one to deconvolute using the Deconvolution Lab 2. The particular algorithm that I use is total variation Richard-Lucy algorithm, and I like to decrease this value all the way to 10, sorry, all the way to off, and this one from 10 to 100 iterations. The more iterations that you do, the better result you get. And then I'm going to press run. It will begin the deconvolution process. At this point, just wait, hang around, and let it do its job. Okay, so the deconvolution has finished. I'm going to turn down all of the other windows and bring about both of the images, the convoluted, deconvoluted, and the convoluted image. And let me show you what the difference is. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this, what's happening here. So the image on the left is the original image, the way it was obtained. The one on the right is the deconvoluted image. As you can see, the contrast has dramatically increased. The noise in the background has gone down. It's very easy to now separate the cells, and also very fine details about the structure of the mitochondria and how they're connected can also be visualized and analyzed. Depending on what your application is, this could be incredibly useful. Now, in my case, I am interested in analyzing the dynamics of the mitochondria, how mitochondria are changing, at what rate are they coming together and falling apart, in which polarity are they moving, and is the motion circular, is their motion counterclockwise, is their motion clockwise, and all kinds of other things. Especially here towards the periphery of these networks, mitochondria are extremely dynamic. They are coming together, they're breaking apart, they're forming new their directionality is changing. And depending on what cell type you're looking at, you could correlate that directionality change with the activity and the function of that cell type. For example, in neurons, one would expect the mitochondrial movement to increase towards area of great ATP consumption. In other words, synapses, perhaps, which consumes a lot of ATP, mitochondria would move towards that area to fulfill the gap of ATP consumption. And similarly, you can correlate the mitochondrial movement and their dynamics to other functions inside the cell. For example, when a neuron is stimulated, calcium flux occurs, and mitochondria need to be there to allow buffering of calcium. So for me, it's necessary to try to ascertain these fine, very fine details. So I know some of my friends out there may benefit from this demonstration. I hope you guys find this useful, and please leave a comment if you have any questions. And if you have any other suggestions for me, please feel free to let me know. I would love to learn something new, something useful. So this community is incredibly supportive. Therefore, please let me know if you guys have any better ways to deconvolute or just any other suggestions that you may have. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Thank you.